Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Monday meditation. Today, we're going to meditate a little bit on something for Holy Week. Yesterday, we began the holiest week of the Christian year when we remember Jesus walking to his death on Calvary and his resurrection. That is the deepest mystery in the Christian faith, but it's not a spectator sport. It's not something we're called to just watch Jesus do, but we're called to really enter into that. And how do we enter into that except with our real lives, our real sufferings, our real crosses? And by entering into them and living through them, coming to a new birth, a new resurrection, new life, and little by little, each and every day. You know, a lot of you out there, the students that have responded to a recent assignment I gave, expressed a lot of things, that you're anxious, that you're afraid, that you're kind of out of sorts. You know, you're not in control. Things aren't feeling grounded. Uh, it's difficult not to be able to reach out to other people, to help other people. It's interesting that all these things Jesus experienced this week. In the Garden of Gethsemane, he was anxious and afraid to the point of sweating blood. He knows our anxieties and our fears, and he knows them from the inside. Imagine Jesus hanging on the cross, and all he can do is love others. He can't do anything for them. He can do no miracle. He can't feed them. He can't heal them. He can't reach out to them. His hands are literally fixed to the cross, and he's out of control. He's helpless. He knows all that from the inside. He knows what it's like to be out of control completely and in the hands of the Father. And he felt completely abandoned on the cross, like God wasn't even there. He cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And yet we know that that wasn't the case. And so we're called this week to walk with our sufferings, everything we're going through during this difficult time, and just things in general in our lives, and offer them to Jesus, knowing that Jesus suffered all those things with us. He's not the one giving us all these sufferings. He's the one suffering with us, which is what we really need in this time. So we're going to meditate Lectio Divina style, like we did the first meditation, on a very short passage, which I'll just read very slowly and repeat a few times. It's the passage from the letter to the Hebrews that, if we're we're not going to be in church, but in church in some way or another, in the Catholic Church and other churches, is read as one of the readings for the liturgy on Good Friday. If you remember, Lectio Divina is a very simple way of reading the scriptures really with the heart, just to listen to the words, to read them or listen to them, and then to meditate on them. What do these words mean for me? What word is God speaking directly to my heart today? And then to allow that the thoughts of our heart become a conversation, very simple exchange between us and God, where we're really opening up our heart, saying how we feel, what we're thinking, what's there. And then to really trust God and let go and just rest in God's presence. So we're going to read that passage, then take some time of quiet, stay as long as you like. I'll ring the bell at the beginning, and at the end. Thank you for being with us in this time of meditation. So let's close our eyes, get in a nice, comfortable posture, and just begin to let our mind slow down and calm down and rest in our breathing. And as we feel each breath come into our bodies and then be released outward, let's keep in mind, as I said before, that Jesus knows all that is in us, and he knows it from the inside, not only because he suffered it, went through it, but because he is in us, closer to us than we are to ourselves, closer than our own breath. So he knows exactly what we're feeling, everything that is in us from within us. So breathe in God's loving presence. Just breathe out a sense of peace and trust. Let's listen now to these words from the letter to the Hebrews. This is Hebrews chapter 4, verses 14 to 16. Sisters and brothers, since we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast to our confession. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who has similarly been tested in every way, yet without sin. So let us confidently approach the throne of grace to receive mercy and find grace in time of need. Sisters and brothers, since we have a great high priest who has passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God, let us hold fast to our confession. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who has similarly been tested in every way, yet without sin. So let us confidently approach the throne of grace to receive mercy and find grace in time of need. Have a peaceful day and a very holy week.